After deciding to transfer to Bradwell Institute in the fall of 1966 when I started, there were times when I looked back over that decision and wondered what in the world was I thinking. But then again, there were times afterwards that I looked at it from the value of experiences in life and how it prepared me that year, prepared me for situations where I would not have been prepared had I not experienced it. That year I played basketball, and also I was the only black senior at Bradwell. In terms of acceptance, in my particular situation, I didn't have issues in terms of harassment or physical, anything like that. Some of the younger students did, and we talked with them and advised them on how to handle themselves. But I didn't get that. I got more of the silent treatment, like I wasn't there. And with the type of personality that I had then and I have now, it had a resounding effect on me of, not being seen, is how I interpreted it. Yet I was still there. So it was a challenge in classes, more so than anything else. As far as basketball, the good saving grace, I loved playing basketball. And most of my teammates were able to set aside the fact that I was black, and they were all white. But there were a couple that were challenges. There was one situation wherein it stuck with me, and I remember that very well. We had a game that night, and we had a team towel. And it was just one. Everybody used that one towel. Now, this was before COVID. So everybody used that one towel. But then after I had the towel, there were a few people behind me, and I wiped the perspiration off of my face, and I handed the towel out. Nobody wanted to use the towel after I wiped my face. It stuck with me. And it reminded me that even though I love basketball, individual beliefs, individual preferences can affect the way you feel about something that you really care about and your participation with them. Because after that incident, I knew who I needed to keep an eye on. Let me just put it that way. So even though I loved basketball, and it didn't deter me from playing basketball, certainly not, in something small like that. The only other incident that was a negative thing when I was playing basketball was we had a game in Claxton, and the girls got there first. The boys had not gotten there. They were on another bus. Anyway, we started the game, and there were negative comments from the audience. It was sort of like a bond structure, and the name calling got very intense to the point that I reacted in a negative way, and they ended up calling the game off. And we had to be escorted back to the dressing room to get our stuff. We had to be escorted to get back on the bus, and they canceled the girls' game, but the boys' game went on, and they did have a little incident afterwards, but nothing like what had happened in the girls' game. So I was called in and counseled by the principal, but he assured me that I should not let that happen again, and he would not tell my parents about it, which was fine by me, because I knew what my life would be like, or lack of life, if he told them what I had done.